welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So today's video is going to be very different because I'm actually filming a Q&A. Now this is something I've considered for quite a while now, but I just never felt that the time was right. Oh, that was a loud bird there. But for some reason over the last few days I just really felt in the mood to do a Q&A. I see the same names pop up in the comments a lot, so a lot of you are returning subscribers and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all of you, like I just love all of you guys so much who are subscribed to my channel, and I just thought that the time was right to let you in a little bit more into my life and just sort of tell you a little bit more about me. I have all of your questions written down here in my notebook. So the first question is, if you could only use 5 fragrances for the rest of your life, which would you choose? Now, I've got my 5 here. This was really difficult to decide, obviously. I love so many fragrances, but I have narrowed it down to 5 just for the sake of this answer, you know, but there are so many other perfumes which I adore just as much, but I have narrowed it down to 5. So first up, I would choose my, fingerprints. First up, I would choose Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper as one of my 5 choices. This is such a beautiful, really sweet, feminine, flirty fragrance, you guys. It's really, really nice. I would also pick my beautiful Black Opium, as you probably all would have guessed by now because you probably know how much I love this scent, so I would choose Black Opium as my second choice. I would also choose Alien Fusion because I adore this one. It's also very versatile, so you could wear this, you know, every day. I would choose Alien Fusion as my choice number 3. I would choose Delina Exclusive as my choice number 4 because this is the perfect luxurious dressy fragrance for those occasional dressy situations I may have in my life. This is the perfect fragrance for those kind of scenarios, so that's Delina Exclusive. And for choice number 5, again, this was just so difficult, you guys, but I've chosen Alien, and an honourable mention would be Libre Intense. So, I mean, I'm kind of picking 6 here, but you know, it's a really difficult question to answer. So I've got Libre Intense and the original Alien Eau de Parfum as well for choices 5 and 6. The next question is, what is my zodiac sign? So I'm a Pisces, and in many ways I sort of feel like I'm a typical Pisces, you guys. I'm really emotional, like I'm quite sensitive, quite creative, like I've always been into art throughout my whole life basically, and what else? Yeah, just emotional, daydreaming, that kind of thing. Like I'm completely a daydreamer as well. So basically all of the typical Pisces traits, like I am. Next question is, which perfume would be your signature scent? Again, this was really tricky, but I've looked over these questions already to try and piece together some answers in my head, so I wouldn't take too long to answer now. And the perfume I sort of decided on was Alien Fusion. Now, of course, you know, pretty much any of the 5 I mentioned before, or any of the 6 I mentioned, would be fantastic signature scents as well, but if I could only pick one signature scent, I think I'd choose Alien Fusion because it's so versatile, you know, it's perfect for all year round as well, so I would pick Alien Fusion. Next question is, what is a splurge item you want to buy other than perfume? I would say, you know, I thought about this for a while actually and I couldn't think of anything, but actually one thing I would maybe say is, you know those Gucci belts? So they have the, I don't know what you call them, is it the monogram belts or something like that, or the Marmonts? I don't know what they're called, but the Gucci belts, they are quite pricey. I mean, if I saved up, you know, but I don't know, they are quite pricey. Maybe one day I will treat myself to one of those nice Gucci belts, but I'm not sure. But I would say, you know, if I had to pick an item other than perfume, which would be like a splurge, I would say it's probably those. Next question is, what are my favourite books and TV shows? So I really enjoy reading, but I don't do it enough. But what I will say is I really do enjoy Peter James' books. I've read quite a few of his. He writes sci-fi, thriller type of stories. So yeah, his books are really enjoyable, I would recommend. TV shows, Black Mirror, I would say is fantastic. Peep Show, I love, really funny comedy, quite a like British comedy, that type of thing. It's hilarious. Oh, Inside Number 9 is really good. I watched a lot of Line of Duty, I really enjoy that. Any kind of crime drama, I really enjoy those type of things. Also, Behind Her Eyes is a series which I recently binge watched, and it was just absolutely fantastic, you guys. Also The Terror, I don't know if you've seen that, that's really good. It's kind of based on a true story about two ships which went on a voyage back in like the 17th century, I think it might have been, and the sea froze over, so they were stranded in the middle of a frozen sea. Really thoroughly entertaining series. That was The Terror, I would recommend that one as well. Next question is, what are my hobbies and interests other than perfume? I'm not sure if this would count as a hobby, but I really love self-care, so doing face masks, like having baths, just sort of taking care of myself whenever I can. Reading when I have the time, but again, I don't read that often because I'm usually so busy. I like going for walks, things like that. I live quite a quiet life in general. So yeah. Next question is, what did you go to school for? So I studied arts at uni, so I did my degree in contemporary art practice. So that's what I did my first degree in. I'm studying again now. I'm doing like another degree part-time alongside work at the moment in something completely different. So I'm studying computing and IT with business now. But I did really enjoy studying art. That was like the first degree I did. Because I've loved art my whole life. I've always been like super creative. Next question is, if you didn't have a fragrance channel, what other subject matter might you do? What made you commit to making a fragrance channel? So initially, when I first started my channel, it was basically an extension of my Instagram, because I started posting like fragrance reviews on Instagram, like in a blog kind of way. And then I just sort of thought, this was during the first lockdown in the UK. And I had all this time on my hands and things like that, and I was always posting on Instagram fragrance reviews, and then I kind of thought, oh, hang on a minute, why don't I try and do a video review? So it naturally went onto YouTube. So it wasn't the case of me thinking, oh, I want to start a channel, what should I do the channel about? It was just, oh, I love fragrance so much, how else can I talk about it or explore this sort of area, if you know what I mean. So it just naturally kind of went from my Instagram, like blog posts on perfume, kind of over to YouTube, and that's why I started my perfume channel. But more recently, now that I've discovered, YouTube, I've had my channel for almost a year now, so I've been exploring what it's like to, have a YouTube channel. So more recently, I've considered starting another channel like for ASMR videos and things like that, but I'm just not sure if I'd have the time. So that's what sort of put me off. So I suppose if there was going to be another subject that I would focus on for a different channel, it would probably be ASMR. So that is another topic which I would consider now. But back when I first started my channel, there was no other topic that I considered. It was just that I wanted to be able to talk about perfumes and review perfumes, basically. Next question is, what are my favourite non-perfume related YouTube channels? So the first channel, which I absolutely love, that's nothing to do with perfume, is Kitboga. So he basically kind of scams the scammers, if you know what I mean. So he gets these scam calls, and then he'll pretend to be all these different characters to just wind up the scammers and stuff like that, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It's just so entertaining. I love his videos. That's Kitboga. I also love Mr. Nightmare. They're all about scary stories, basically. He does a lot of true stories as well, so he's telling these scary stories that are actually true. I just love his videos so much. So yeah, both of those channels are fantastic. Also, I have kind of recently started watching Ana Bay on YouTube. I think she does some great videos. To be honest with you, I really struggle with kind of feeling put together. I struggle with outfits. I struggle with, things like that. And she does a lot of kind of how-to videos, like with outfits, styling, how to kind of elevate your life, basically. And I just find her videos really informative, really entertaining. I also like Kelly Stamps. She's really funny. Kelly Stamps is really great. She makes fantastic YouTube videos that are really entertaining, kind of like lifestyle blog story time type videos, but they're like really funny and entertaining and things like that. And I also really enjoy those like study with me videos, the type that you could just have on in the background while you're doing something or trying to focus on something. I find that they're quite good for motivation. What are my favourite perfume notes and what's my favourite perfume house if I have one? So I don't know if I have a favourite perfume house. I love so many, you know, fragrances across a wide range of different perfume houses, but I would probably say two as an example would be Yves Saint Laurent and Dior. I really enjoy quite a few fragrances from those houses, and as far as my favourite notes are concerned, I would say maybe rose, vanilla, tuberose, yeah, just kind of orange blossom as well. I like florals, woody notes as well, like woody notes and vanilla. I also really like iris. I like a kind of powdery iris as well. Sandalwood is also lovely. I love sandalwood. Next question is, do you have backups of your favourite fragrances? No, I don't actually. I did used to have a backup of Black Perfecto, but I ended up selling it because I just found it a little bit excessive. Next question is, do you have a beauty routine and are you into healthy living? If so, do you have any tips? I use different serums and things like that, and I moisturise and I use like face masks and things like that, and I cleanse my face every day and stuff. But I don't know if I have a set beauty routine. I have a bunch of different products that I use sort of like interchangeably. I would say that I use SPF a lot, so I think it's quite important to wear sunscreen because the sun, it's like the #1 cause of aging, like signs of aging. So I wear sun cream like every day pretty much, even if it's an overcast day. So I always wear sun cream to protect my skin from the sun. I use face masks probably like once or twice a week, nourishing face masks, like hydrating ones. And as far as healthy living goes, I would say in general, yes, I am quite healthy. I am quite health conscious. I just basically, I avoid anything really unhealthy. So for example, I would never really eat a McDonald's or a KFC or anything like that. I mean, I have done in the past, but these days I would just never really touch those kind of foods just because they're, you know, so bad for you. I don't smoke. I rarely drink. I did used to drink a lot at uni. When I studied arts, I was out all the time drinking far too much, to the point where it was actually very bad. So yeah, that was a really bad habit, you know, drinking too much. So nowadays I really don't drink at all, only if I'm actually going out, which, you know, at the moment with the situation it's been very rare. Like I've probably not had a drink for maybe a year or something like that. I just don't drink much alcohol at all anymore. Of course, if I was actually going out with a friend or something like that, I would enjoy like a cocktail or you know, a glass of bubbly or a beer or something like that, but as long as I'm at home, like not going out, I just don't drink alcohol, which I think alcohol's quite, you know, bad for you and bad for your health and your skin and things like that as well, so it's like another reason why I kind of avoid it more now. I also eat a lot of fruit. I try and eat a lot of fruit and veg and fish as well. I think fish is really good for you. So, I mean, in general, I avoid junk food like crisps and takeaways. But I wouldn't say that I'm like a complete health freak either. So I eat chocolate, I love cake and things like that, and I have sugar in my diet. So I wouldn't say that I'm a complete health freak or anything like that. But there are just like a ton of things that I avoid, you know, like all the things I mentioned. I avoid all of them just because, you know, they're bad for you. What other things do you enjoy except perfumes? I love jewellery so much. So I do love my jewellery. I'm always wearing my Ana Luisa pieces in my videos, as you probably notice. So I love jewellery so much. I like things like bags and stuff like that, but I don't buy them that often. You know, I don't have a huge bag collection or anything like that. I'm not in the habit of buying bags often because I have limited space and, you know. But yeah, I would say probably the main thing outside of perfumes would be jewellery. I also really like skincare, face masks, things like that. Oh, what else? Nice hair masks, hair products, you know, things like that. And makeup as well. I like nice makeup, but again, I'm not in the habit of buying that very often. I only buy something if I run out of it. I'm not, you know, I'm not a huge makeup person. I don't buy loads of makeup. I would only buy something if it ran out. So I would say probably jewellery is the biggest thing outside of perfume that I absolutely love. Next question is, how did you learn about and get into perfume? I would say basically I'm always learning. I'm definitely not an expert, you know, I'm not an expert on perfume at all. I'm just somebody who is really, really interested in it and I really, really enjoy it. So I'm always learning, you know, from watching other reviewers, from doing my videos, from doing research for my videos, I'm always learning. I think also when I discovered Fragrantica, actually, that's what really spurred it on. The hobby, you know, seeing all the reviews from people, seeing all the note pyramids and things like that. I would say discovering Fragrantica actually was one of the main things. And also the fact that I was, you know, working. So I'd been at uni and things like that, and then I got my first full-time job. And then I just wanted to basically spend all of my wages on perfume. Next question is, how would you like to see your channel grow? Do you have bigger plans concerning your YouTube activity, or is it more for fun without a specific plan? That's an interesting question. It's kind of funny because the only reason I started my channel was because I wanted to talk about perfume. I never in a million years would I have thought that my channel would gain even 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. Like, I never ever would have even considered that that would happen. So, you know, every day I'm amazed by what's happening with my YouTube channel. I feel extremely lucky to have all of you coming back and watching my videos and supporting me. Also, something amazing which I never would have considered before is working with brands. So the videos I've done in collaboration with some fantastic brands, it's been so interesting for me to do that, especially as I'm studying business. Like, the course I'm studying now is computing and business, so you know, the business aspect of working with brands and then learning about it in my course and stuff, it's just been so interesting because they kind of go hand in hand in some ways. So I've already been absolutely amazed by what's happened with my channel and the support which I've received. Like, I'm so grateful for it, honestly. Because when I first started, I really wanted just a couple of hundred subscribers, you know, just so it was a comfortable amount. And I would say, yeah, when I started, I never realised the potential that it would have. And the last question we have is, how and when did you get interested in perfume? Why did you start a YouTube channel, and how difficult was it to get started? What tools did you use to begin? And what other things do I enjoy? So quite a few different questions there. I'll see if I can answer them individually. So how and when did you get interested in perfume? I think I might have kind of already answered that. So I would say Fragrantica, the perfume community on Instagram, watching reviewers on YouTube, all of those things basically drew me into the world of perfume. So why did I start a YouTube channel and how difficult was it to get started? Yeah, I mean, the reason I started in the first place is because I was already writing perfume reviews on Instagram and I had a lot of time on my hands during lockdown, and I just sort of thought, oh, you know what, why not try and just like film a review type thing. So it was sort of just a spur of the moment decision, but I started the channel just as an extension of what I was already doing on Instagram, just so that I could have a new space to review fragrances. Basically, that's why I started my channel. And you know, was it difficult to get started? I would say yes. Initially, it's hard to get going at the start because you're like an unknown channel and like trying to, oh, my candle's really, I might just blow that out actually. I would say the most difficult thing was trying to reach 100 subscribers. That was really, that took some time, you know, it took a lot of effort, and but on the whole it's been a really pleasant surprise. It's not been as hard as I thought it would be in many ways. I remember when I first uploaded my video, you know, my very first YouTube video, I was absolutely terrified. It's been, yeah, it's not been what I expected at all, in a good way. So, you know, people have been so supportive, and I never would have imagined that ever. You know, all the wonderful comments that I have the privilege of reading every single day. It amazes me every single day the way that you guys, you know, you take the time to leave such beautiful comments on my videos. and it was such a wonderful surprise. I don't know if maybe I've just been lucky and I haven't come across that much negativity, but yeah, overall it's been a much nicer experience than I was kind of thinking it would be. So there we have it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed my wee Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your questions. It was really interesting to read over these questions, and of course it was fun to answer them as well. So thank you again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!